Employment law for small businesses. It's a great question. It's a great video to be watching. And a lot of this channel, we talk about liability, how to protect your personal assets, how to protect the business, make sure you own your trademark, contracts, that sort of stuff. This is really a different type of conversation. It's a conversation about growing your business, and it's a conversation about compliance. And it's usually a conversation where people want to know what they're supposed to do. So let's at least just kind of list out some of the big areas as you start to move into the employment world of small business. When you do that is you're hiring employees. So your first thing you need to have on your radar is knowing whether the person you're hiring is a contractor or an employee. Most businesses start out by hiring a third-party contractor. Think someone, a marketer that owns their own business and they have 10 other clients or whatever. You hire them, you pay them X dollars per hour or per project, boom, boom, boom. On the other side of that would be hiring someone on your team that you pay W-2 wages to. You withhold their taxes, you control how they do everything, how they pick up the phone, what they do, how they spend their time, that sort of thing. Each state has a different kind of rule for when you transition from that independent contractor to the employee. The IRS also has some, so there's a lot of people involved in this, so just keep that on your radar. It's beyond today's scope. But the shortest way I could explain it is the degree of control the person hiring, the employer, has over that person. So there's usually a test along those lines, how much control you exercise over that person in terms of their job duties. But it's something you absolutely want to make sure that you're getting right. All right, so once you have employees, now we're looking at employment law. So what's the framework of employment law? Well, there's federal employment laws. Those apply across the country, and it depends on how many employees you have. Some of them are triggered at 4 employees, 10, 15 is a huge one, and then some at 20, and then some at 50. So you can usually, find those, but if you're dealing with those, you need to hire an actual employment attorney. I would say early on when you're just hiring people, the two things you want to make sure you're absolutely getting right, and the kind of the biggest pitfalls are wages, and then make sure you're not discriminating. The wages part is a little bit harder because sometimes people may not know about overtime rules. These are federal rules a lot of times, so you want to find out whether you're in compliance. But the gist of it is you got to pay people overtime if they work more than 40 hours in 7-day period. Now, states vary from state to state, so you're going to need to do a little bit of your own research on this. The purpose of this video is making sure you know what's out there. The discrimination is, that one's obvious. If you're discriminating against someone because of, the color of their skin, their religion, that is going to be a cause of action for that person. Don't make a decision on someone, whether you're going to hire somebody or fire someone or pay them, based on things other than their performance. So as long as you're basing things on your performance, that will be, you'll have that in a good compliant stance as well. So wages, discrimination, make sure you understand the employer-employee. So the world of employment law, just to sum up, is you can really get turned around because there's federal and state rules, and it's very broad. Even just one, Americans with Disability Act, you could spend days just talking about that one, that one set of compliance rules. So it can get more and more complicated. It would come a point where it would benefit you to get an employment lawyer in your state. Right now, we're just trying to make sure are you hiring an independent contractor or an employee? If an employee, are you paying them correctly, and are you treating them correctly? So that'll get you, a good start on your employment law for small businesses. Go to draftedlegal.com for any of your other small business legal needs, and drop a comment below if you got any questions. We can try to address them. All right, best of luck with your business.